Welcome back for the last race of the NKFS Kitefoil series in Australia, the Nationals 22, part of the NKFS 2021 series. And we are back here in Woodman's Point area in Perth, Australia for the final race, race 18. And it is the standard course. It is set for the offshore wind out to sea and windward leeward. So the windward mark is over nearer to the shore on this side. 2 laps. Split at the bottom and a slalom finish around the start pin and across through the finish line. And here we are with some of the points so far. So you can see at the top there, Hector Paterow, Zach Pullen doing a fantastic job at the front. Hector getting a ton of good results on this final day of racing and has gone through into the lead in a very commanding position and pretty much can't lose from this point. I think he has sewn up the Nationals there. Lando coming through with some great results at the end for a solid third place, and Scott Whitehead trailing them with Oscar in 4th and 5th. LT Frisbee, Bree, Phil, Jane behind them, and then the middle group pulling up behind that. And this is brought to you by Lottery West, Department of Government and Sport and WA, Dodo Industries, Gin Flymax Kites, Aspire, and Innate Brewers. And as I mentioned, we have offshore wind, medium kites, and another beautiful race to finish off this fantastic regatta. Here's a message from the sponsors. So, final race of the day. Look at these stunning conditions. Very funky, weird wind today. You can see kites flopping around in the background there. But beautiful clear skies. Garden Island in the background there. Karnak Island off to the right. The start boat here in the bottom. And yeah, what an incredible, clear, beautiful picture this is. We really do kite in a stunning part of the world here. And you can see a couple of Formula X riders there heading for the pin end, but most of these others are bunching up. I think they're all heading for the middle of the course, so we're looking at a bit of boat end bias here, potentially. A lot of crowding there. I can see Zach pulling down this end with a green helmet. Scott Whitehead next to him. In the middle of the course there, we've got LT Frisbee, Hector on the red kite, Oscar on the grey kite, Bree on the Fly Surfer VMG, Alex Landau on the red board there with the VMG2, and Louis on the Dark Blue Gin Instinct. And we have a race. We're away. Andy Cooksey there got a bad start on his black Flymax Boom with the red swoops. Dan on the boat end there going okay on the Formula X gear. Alex Landau looking like he's making good time here. Hector in the middle of the fleet. And yeah, final race of the day. Hector's got enough points for the whole championship here, so he might take the foot off the gas. Who will then step to the front? Oscar having a great run here. I think that's Bree potentially behind him. Oscar and Bree contending there in that chase pack. Lando looking to stay a bit higher to windward. And Scott and Zach having a flat-out drag race at the boat end. Zach potentially moving his kite up there, indicating he wants to go across, but he is not in a position to, so he'll have to wait. Scott goes immediately, Zach goes with him, and they will be able to cross in front of Oscar, who has not been as fast, even though Zach ran a win there and only just made that crossing. That very nearly would have been a protest there, but as Oscar's not in that front group, he probably would have let it slide. So, Zach and Scott battling for the front position, but Lando went early, and there he is right on the hammer. So these front three absolutely nailing it again. Jane Taylor in the background there, and Hector on the left of screen. So again, not much in it. Bree having a good day today. She's pretty close to this front group, doing well in these conditions, potentially a little bit lighter. with the same size kite and these fickle winds, so doing very nicely, racing very close there with Oscar for 4th and 5th place. And there's the top mark. Who's going to get around first? Zach is on the inside. Will he be able to slip this tack on the inside, which he's done a few times, and he does, and that's a beautiful piece of work, but can he hold the speed? He's done it, but he's come out slow, and Scott has done the outside to inside and heading through with the lead. But Lando has done the same thing, lined it up nicely and come out with good angle and heads for the centre of the course, and let's see if that pays off. Hector coming round in 4th place with Oscar on his tail. Hector in cruise mode there. Oscar slightly in front. Ludo in the middle of the screen heading up course there. Bree coming around the top mark. Andy Cooksey right behind her. Alty, Jake, Dr. Phil, Jane Taylor going around the top. But in the middle here, look up to the top right of screen there. Lando has just taken off. And Hector is so fast downwind. He's gone around miles behind and is storming down the middle of the course. But Lando has gone to the right. And potentially he's just seen some wind out there, some dark water, and headed that way. Let's see if Lando's move here will pay off in this downwind. And these fickle winds, you can see on the water here, there's all kinds of wind shift patterns. The person who picks these right gets an enormous advantage. Scott and Zach, you can see, are in the same wind and getting pretty much the same result. And Lando has made that cross in front. So the right, of course, did pay off there. He's got that lead. These boys jibing and are going to take 50 to 100 metres advantage for Lando into this bottom gate. So he's looking very solid here. And Hector pumping there, obviously in light wind. There is a patch in that spot. There's a little hole. But yeah, Lando out in front. Zach, Scott, Hector, Oscar, Bree, Andy Cooksey. There's Jake Tim, Alty Frisbee, Jane Taylor, Dr. Phil. And unfortunately, that's all the drone footage we have. So that's the end. That's all the footage we have now. So beautiful conditions, fantastic regatta, wonderful racing for everybody. And let's now have a look at the score sheets and see where we ended up. As I mentioned, Hector Paterau having a fantastic day 3. Zach pulling very commanding lead on day 2. But Hector had just an incredible day 3. A whole bunch of bullets there you can see. Race 14, 15, 16 today. He's come through, and of course a lot of 2s there. Zach with a bunch of 1s and 2s, and him taking... So some pictures of our winners. The juniors here, obviously Oscar and Jake, Tim and Noah there. Oscar and Jake riding for F1, Noah on Flymax. And the Formula X champions there, Boris and Louis, doing a fantastic job on the Gin Instinct kite. And Boris there repping the Innate beers. Good on you, mate. Good effort, guys, on the non-race kites. Our masters, the local legends, Alty, former master champion here over and over several times, Ludo and Dr. Phil, all absolute legends and very, very fast old blokes on the course here. And the women's, we have Bree and Jane and Riley, a fantastic effort from those 3. Bree, incredibly quick, Jane showing great promise, and Riley, a really fantastic up-and-coming female talent. And lastly, the men's masters, Hector Patter, our national champion, well done, mate, on Gin Flymax kites. Pushed very hard by Zach pulling the whole way, and Alex Landau. There wasn't much in it. These 3 guys were absolutely killing it at the front. And yeah, Hector will be very pleased to get that national title, mate. Really well done, buddy. Fantastic job, and here's a final message.